Hello, my friends. Welcome back to yet another interesting activity from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. At YByte, we learn Python programming by applying concepts of programming to projects that we build. And then we also look at how these projects can further be enhanced. Today, we are going to talk about this game called Top Trumps. Now, Top Trumps, as you may know, is this card game, a very famous one, published way back in 1978. Top Trumps is always related to a certain theme. Basically, two or more players play this. Every player gets a card, and each card contains a list of numerical data which is related to the theme that we are looking at. The aim of the game is to compare these values to try to trump and win an opponent's card. Now, clearly, this game involves a little bit of luck, but it also involves understanding of the theme that we are building this, and that's why this becomes very interesting. Top Trumps has been published in many different themes. For example, cars, aircrafts, books, dinosaurs, boats, sports personalities, and so on. In this activity, we will build our own version of a human versus computer Top Trumps game. Our theme will be skyscrapers, which are the tall buildings around the world. For example, here, Eiffel Tower, all our data in our game will be related to these buildings, their height, when they were built, how many floors they are, and so on. We'll see the detailed game plan a little bit later, but clearly this structure of the game, the architecture that we are going to talk about, that can be extended to any theme that you like. For example, somebody might want to extend this game into, let's say, a wrestling federation game. Somebody might talk about their favorite superstars in sports. Somebody who is passionate about dinosaurs may want to do this as a dinosaur theme. That's the beauty of this game, that it's a combination of the knowledge of the theme as well as a bit of luck, which makes it quite interesting. Let's look at how this game works by actually playing this. So, I've got here the Python program, its output. Tells me welcome to Top Trumps game, Skyscrapers theme. Make your choices wisely and try to win all the cards. Click enter to begin. Like I said, this is a computer versus player game. There are 30 cards to start with. So we are looking at 30 different buildings. Player gets 15 cards, computer gets 15 cards. It's player's chance, which is my chance. It turns out that my card is this Chrysler building, built in, let's say, 1930. Height 1046 feet. I think built in 1930 is a good choice. Earlier the better. So I will go with Y as my chosen metric. Let's see what computer comes up with. Computer's building is presumably quite recent. Hence, I win this round, and at the end of this, I end up with 16 cards. Computer has 14 cards. Computer's chance now, but then my card is Leaning Tower of Pisa, which is, let's see, very old. I would have chosen year built. And, computer chose time to build on the other hand. My time to build is 177 years, but computer's building, whatever it was, it is 48 years, right? So clearly computer wins, and hence it's 15 cards each. Let's just do one more round. I get Empire State Building, New York. I know this used to be a tall building, a very, like one of the tallest buildings in the world at one point of time. Again, I think I will go with year built. In fact, time to build also is quite impressive here. So let's say I'll just go with, say, year built, which is Y. And I'm the winner again because computer year built is, let's say, 1999. So for some metrics, bigger is better. Some metrics, smaller is better. And that's how the game goes, right? This time around, player, my building was, let's say, Taipei 101, clearly very tall building, 1,667 feet. It turns out computer's height, however, was more than the building because computer has chosen height, right? Actually, in this game right now, computer is choosing these keys randomly, but clearly we can enhance that, right? So that's how the game goes. Until, let's say, one player wins on the cards. Now, clearly, in order to play this well, you need a little bit of luck for sure, but you also need a lot of familiarity with these buildings, which will help you in general understanding the world around you, no matter what theme you're playing. Now, having seen the gameplay for this game, let's just briefly look at the learning goals from this activity. Remember, fundamentally, we are learning Python programming, and hence we have very clear learning goals from every activity, and this activity is no exception. First and foremost, we are going to continue working with dictionaries in Python. We looked at dictionaries first in context of the laptop store. We learned that dictionaries are these key value pairs, very powerful. We will use a bunch of dictionaries again in this project. For example, we will use a list of dictionaries to build the pack of cards. We will map the player's choice through a dictionary so that it becomes easy to play. We will write our code to determine winner also using a dictionary because it leads to a very interesting implementation. Next, we'll work with CSV files. CSV is comma separated values, very powerful data format in a lot of context. In fact, the data of all the buildings in this case will come as a CSV file. We'll sort of read this data and convert this into a list of dictionaries, which will become our deck of cards. We will see how we can pass default arguments to a function, and tying it all together, in fact, we will build a fairly flexible logic so that we have an interesting gameplay. We have a human versus computer gameplay, which can clearly be extended in many different ways. We will also talk about that. This is going to be a fun activity. We are going to achieve this in a step-by-step manner like we always do in the next set of videos. I hope you'll enjoy them. In general, if you think this way of learning programming, which is quite unconventional, we are building activities all the time, we are having fun, but at the same time, we are learning Python in a very, very effective manner. If you think this way of learning appeals to you, look at our website, www.ybyte.in, because at Ybyte, we have many, many such activities through which we learn Python programming in a fun manner. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.